Andy Atherton, what's up, buddy?
Ryan Gray, how are you? Thank you for having me, man. I'm looking forward to talking about a little Stand and Deliver with you.
Well, part two, your compadre Logan hit up part one. That's
beauty before age, I guess, right?
Of course, but here we are with part two to put a dot on this. How excited are you for this upcoming Stand and Deliver pay-per-view this weekend?
I am very excited, a little more so than normal because, Logan and I have been doing the pod now for about 4 or 5 months at least. Right? Yeah. We started towards the end of last year and paying closer attention to the storylines, really have more of an investment, I guess, because really I'm looking forward to have kind of seeing if my predictions are coming true or some of the thoughts I've had over the last few months, and then seeing, what's going to come out of it. Because like you all know, it's their WrestleMania, so this is going to be the end of some storylines. I said this to Logan recently. I said I'm kind of getting storyline fatigue with some of these guys, some of these things. So I'm ready for them to do the next step. It's an evolution of the brand, I guess, that happens. So I'm really invested. The card looks phenomenal. I think NXT always delivers. No matter who it is. It's just, I don't know. It's just the brand. It's the feeling. It's the tutelage, I guess, that they have, and they feel like they have to prove themselves. And I just love. They're some of my favorite PLEs, if that's what they call now, to watch. So I'm really looking forward to this on Saturday.
Some would say they stand and deliver.
They do.
That they do. All right, so let's kick it off with the hosts of Stand and Deliver. Just a quick back and forth on these guys. I'm a big fan of these guys. Mm-hmm. I think they got it on any level of NXT/WWE. They crushed it in the UK. They crushed it in 2.0. Now they're here in NXT where they've already kind of had their turn on who's next with the tag team division.
Yep.
So I assume that they'll be up to NXT Raw or SmackDown sooner than later. But I think this is a pretty good farewell for them if that is what's next for them. But I think let's just say next tier Breezango with more upside than them guys on the main roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they've been on the cusp for a while, and getting them on this card and involved, maybe not in a wrestling capacity.
Yeah,
they're kind of like maybe the next coming of the New Day, where they can go in the ring, and yet they have such great personalities. They can slot in when they're not wrestling. I didn't get, NXT UK was one of those shows like I always forgot it was on when it was on. So I try to catch as much as I can. I love that these guys came over here. On the surface, you kind of would think that like the Rockers, but I see them more like the Rougeaus with just a bigger personality, really. I thought they really have held their own though against Gallus and against everybody else. The tag match with two of the guys we're going to talk about shortly, this past week, last Tuesday, was tremendous. It was a lot of fun, and these guys, getting them there and having them involved, I think it's going to make the show it's just going to put it up to 11.
Absolutely, they're the guys that are just ready for that next. They're, I don't want to say plateauing, but in NXT they're just there and they're great filler. Nothing wrong with those guys. What match you want to hit here next?
Let's go to the NXT Women's Championship. We'll save the big guys for the last one.
All right.
So we got Zoe Stark, Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, Lyra Valkyria, and Indy Hartwell going. So basically, what happened was Roxanne had an injury. I don't know. She was dealing with a personal matter, I guess, is what the real story is. But storyline, maybe, she was exhausted or something with all the workouts she was doing with Miko Satomura leading up to that match that she passed at the end of. And so they had these play-in matches, really. Mm-hmm. I think it's Tiffany's match to lose.
Absolutely.
Because she, came back from whatever injury enhancements, if you will, or whatever. But she has been killing it. Her music is way better. Her character is turned up. Her crispness in the ring, that bounce up, moonsault that she does is really good, because I think the other girls have other things. Like Zoe Stark is kind of like the Natalya, I guess, of NXT, where she's in there to kind of be that ring general. She's going to control the match. She's really great. I think just even with the heel turn, she's gotten a little bit better personality wise, but she's very like vanilla to me.
Yeah,
I think JC Jane is going to get involved somehow, so that's going to eliminate Gigi. I think Lyra Valkyria, as good as she is, she's not there yet.
Her in this match elevates her.
Yeah, she's been pretty protected off the bat. Like she's immediately like if there was an upper card and a mid card, she's upper card NXT women like off the bat. She has some squashes, but somebody just called her out. I'm trying to remember who. I don't know if it's Stevie Turner. I think so. Somebody recently was calling Lyra out. So I think that could happen. Indy Hartwell, she's another one like pretty deadly. Like what else is there for her to do down there? I think she's main roster bound. She's kind of that. She's the big body, really. She's kind of the hoss, if you will, in the match. But yeah, it's Tiffany's match to lose. I would be shocked if she doesn't win this match.
I agree, and I think she would. I wouldn't rule out, maybe Roxanne finds her way back from the emergency room and they plug her in this match, perhaps, maybe.
Possibly.
So, big stand and deliver moment pop, and we'll see. Wouldn't rule it out, but hey, you never know. All right, the next match we have here is Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Ilya Dragunov. That blank is going to be Axiom. He wins the Battle Royal on this week's NXT. The last competitor is Wes Lee. Wes Lee was tasked to find 4 opponents for a fatal 5-way. He wanted 10, but HBK said halfway, and you can have 5. I'm looking out for you, but I understand it. So he picked Dragon Lee. You had that excellent match last week between Ilya and McDonough, which led into getting them mixed up with Dragon Lee. So they inserted him in the match, and then they have the Battle Royal this week. So it's been pretty good. I like how Axiom was kind of following Lee around, buddying him up, but really just trying to kind of get the edge on him, maybe trying to find the angle or doing some geometry or calculus or whatever he has to do to kind of get an edge on Wes Lee. That Axiom thing's a little out there for me, but he's an excellent wrestler. So honestly, this has potential to be match of the show and perhaps match one of the top matches of the weekend if they're going out there given that ability to shine. So again, this has match of the weekend vibes to it.
All right, yeah. The North American title always delivers when they have these matches. Surprisingly, it's not a ladder match. They gave that to the women this year. We can't have 2 5-person ladder matches, but this is interesting because there's no big guy really in this match, right?
No,
these are mostly mat guys and a couple of flyers. I think Dragunov and JD are going to cancel each other out. They've been kicking the crap out of each other lately, and I could actually see them being like a tag team after this. Like
main roster tag. That's I like
main roster tag, or maybe getting under the Imperium fold. Like if they were just if they don't become a tag, like I could see Dragunov maybe coming in there and then down the road maybe challenging Gunther for the Imperium leadership at some point.
Okay,
but that's not what we're talking about. Axiom, I think he's in there to fly around, to take some moves. Wesley has been a really good champ, surprisingly. His singles run has been really good. One of those more guts than brains kind of champions, so to speak. I love these open challenges with these scrambles and they getting all the guys out there, beating the crap out of each other, going to the ring.
It fits the NXT vibe for sure.
But Dragon Lee is such a big deal. One of the biggest signings they've had in a while. I don't really know anything about him, but the way that everybody talks between our group, between PTVN, NOSO, everybody, what you read, that he's a big deal. And this is his debut match. I really can't. I'm going to find it hard to believe that he doesn't walk away with this championship here, but doesn't pin Wes Lee. Let's protect Wes, but Dragon Lee is probably going to be the one walking out with the title.
Yeah, if we were to tier him, I'd put my Dragon Lee. I would maybe say Wes Lee has probably the second best chance, just to kind of give him that, wow, he's overcome everything. And then we got like the Axiom, Ilya, and McDonough kind of tier of, we'll see. Maybe Axiom, but he needs a lot of character work before he gets the belt.
He could, him or Wes could like be one of those like somebody else hits the kill shot, but he just happens to get the pin kind of deal. That could happen, but I don't know. I can't see Axiom as a title. Wes, I would be okay with, but I kind of think, I don't know. Do you have a guy debut in a multi-man match to lose? I mean, I don't know.
No, I think the smart money's on Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
I just, for some reason, McDonough being the only heel, he was he did the worst in the scramble match. I could see that shitty heel kind of stealing one and breaking away too. That belt, they could kind of use a little heel champ for once in a while on that brand.
Yeah, I think so.
But we'll see. I put my money on your boy Dragon Lee though.
Oh, he's my boy now. Okay, cool.
All right, what do we got? The last match here, Andy. Take it away, buddy.
Long coming, long overdue. Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes for the NXT Championship. I was talking to Logan, and I was like, "Have these guys met in a singles match?" I don't think they have. They've been in some tags against on the other side, but whether it's by accident or by design, they've been the two, I guess, studs. I mean, you could throw Grayson Waller in there, but the studs with gold. How about that? Grayson Waller has been that guy that doesn't need a belt to be relevant, to be in the main event. And I actually kind of think there's a shot that Gargano Waller actually goes last.
It is unsanctioned now.
It's unsanctioned though, so that's why I'm thinking that. But this match is going to kick ass. This is a coming out party for both guys. I do see Carmelo Hayes coming out on top. I love the build so far though. It's not he hasn't been like a shitty heel, like trying to be heelish. It's like a gentleman's kind of battle here. They're of respect. Like I said, I love the tag match with them and Pretty Deadly. The week before they put Pretty Deadly through the tables. I think this is going to be a really awesome match. Braun Breaker, swan song for the NXT brand. He's going to show up on Raw the next night to challenge either Austin Theory or John Cena. And Melo's going to take the belt and he's going to run with it. And I think he's going to be a babyface, actually.
Yeah, I think they can't fight that no more. I agree. No. Melo should win, and I agree Breaker should head on up to Raw and just kind of be inserted there. And he's ready. Let's go. Even if he's not ready, figure it out, kid.
There's nothing else for him to do down there, really. What else would they have him there? Right?
He was the champion for a full year, and then he was a champion for 2 months before that. So
yeah, he's had a great run. Like I said, him and Carmelo. I mean, if you want to talk about pillars, not to steal a term from another place, but you could say them and Grayson, and I don't know who your fourth one would be off the top of my head.
Who was in the War Game match? It was Carmelo.
Yeah.
It was Waller. It was Breaker.
It was Tony D.
And it was Tony. Oh, Tony, come on.
Tony D, come on. Hey, hey. That's a guy that I'm really loving his stuff.
I love him too. Whoa. You forgetting about me, brother.
Oh. Yeah. So they would be the four pillars, I guess, since 2.0 came into being. But yeah. Carmelo Hayes is going to be your new NXT champion.
And I think Breaker, out of those four, I think Breaker should be the one to kind of head on up first and go test the waters.
The others kind of have stuff to do still. I mean, Waller, I don't know. I mean, I think we're probably going to hopefully get Waller and Carmelo Hayes at the SummerSlam Stand and Deliver, whatever the PLE will be then. So I think Braun's going to come up first. I think Waller will be next, then Carmelo, and then Tony D. Tony D's got a lot more to do down at the
he was pretty green. He's pretty green when he first started. He didn't have much PC time or whatever he's going to do.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good order on what I would say.
Yep.
All right, Andy, you got anything to plug before we get out of here? But I must ask, Andy, you can only play one of those games behind you. Which one you want?
Well, they have a lot of different games on them, but God, I don't know. It depends on what age you ask me at. If you ask, early college, Andy, it's Street Fighter 2. You ask going to bars in the early 20s, it's Golden Tee. Mortal Kombat's back there. We got NFL Blitz and actually NBA Jams over here. We can't see it.
Ooh, that's the one. NBA Jams is the one for me.
I'm going NBA Jam. That's. I'm still making my way through it too.
All right, I call the Hornets.
I'm the Magic.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, what are you going to plug before we get out of here?
Well, on the PlayStation Wrestling Network, Who's Next with my friend Logan Crosland. We do a monthly review of the NXT brand. And then my home, the PlayStation Pop Experience, we have the PlayStation Pop Video Jukebox of the Day every weekday at 8 a.m. between me, myself, Steve Riddle, and Keith E. Langston for the most part are doing those. We have some guest people coming and doing those, and then a bunch of shows over there. Trails of the Lost Arks, Cartoons of Our Youth, the Muppet Pod. I'm not gonna, take 20 minutes to say the title. The Disney Pod, all kinds of stuff into cartoons and animation and movies. So just check me out on the Pop Experience and on Stream Lounge. Pretty much every Wednesday night doing live watches on that platform.
Awesome. Well, Andy, thank you again, and see you sooner than later, pal.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ryan, so much.